Hi there. As a business coach, one of the most important things I try to impress upon my clients is the fact that first impressions really do count. I was listening to a podcast the other day, and the gentleman was talking about his experience at a certain store and how he had gone in and he had asked one of the sales associates a question, and the individual had no idea what the answer was. And so he went home and he looked online, and then he came back into the store and he spoke to another salesperson who also did not know the answer. So he went home again, looked online, came back into the store and spoke to the manager. Still no answer. So he ended up posting on social media and tagging the company and saying, "Hey, here's this situation. I walked into your store, nobody could answer my question." The company ended up sending him a direct message and asking him to DM them some more details. He gave them the details and he never heard back from them. He ended up going elsewhere and purchasing the product that he wanted. Now, what could have been a simple sale for this store turned into a lost sale because nobody took the time to actually listen to the question, hear what the answer might be, and then follow through to get him the answer. This is something that I think all of us can learn from. Whether you work in retail or whether you run a business, whether you are the only employee of the business or you have 100 employees, each and every one of us has the opportunity to make an impression on somebody. And if we don't take advantage of that opportunity, we may never get it back. So let's talk about a few different scenarios. First of all, let's say that you run a retail establishment. Well, that means that the first impression that someone has when they walk into your store is going to be very important. That means having a well-laid-out store, having clean windows, having neat and tidy displays. It also means having staff that are able to answer questions and solve problems. If you have customers coming into your store and they have questions and they cannot find the answers, they will go elsewhere. They will take their business to somebody else. Now, it doesn't necessarily mean that you didn't get it right the first time. Maybe they just didn't understand, or maybe you didn't explain it correctly. But the point is that if you can get it right the first time, you won't have to worry about those other issues. So making sure that you have staff that are trained properly, products that are displayed properly, and an environment that is clean and inviting is very, very important. Secondly, let's say that you run a business where you are taking calls and speaking to people over the phone. Well, then your phone manner is going to be very important. Your ability to speak clearly, to be polite, to be helpful, to be friendly, to be personable, all of these different factors are going to determine whether or not the person on the other end of the phone wants to do business with you. If you sound like you are annoyed or frazzled or too busy, then the person on the other end of the phone is going to pick up on that, and they're probably going to hang up and call somebody else. But if you are able to be friendly, if you're able to answer their questions, if you're able to solve their problem, then they're going to feel comfortable doing business with you. And finally, let's talk about the scenario where you are a one-person business working in a home office. Well, this is perhaps the most important scenario of all, because if you are a one-person business, you are the center of your business and your marketing efforts. Everyone you come in touch with is potentially a client or a referral to another client, because they are either impressed with you as a person, impressed with your skill at providing a certain service or product. Make sure that you are always presentable, professional in your ways, and knowledgeable about your business. Because if you are perceived as being competent, reliable, and trustworthy, people are going to want to do business with you. So remember, whether you are running a large corporation or you are a one-person business, first impressions really do count. Make sure that you are always putting your best foot forward, and you never know where it may lead. Thanks for watching.